What's going on, y'all? So I want to start a new series called If I Was in the Writer's Room, where I'm going to take some of my favorite shows, mostly canceled, and I'm going to tell y'all what alternative endings or plots or storylines that I would have thrown in there. First, Netflix original, On My Block. It's based on some teens in a city called Free Ridge, and Free Ridge is loosely based on East LA. And they use storylines from students in Watts and Compton, LA, just to kind of beef up their storylines, especially the beginning of the series. So if I was in the writer's room of On My Block, this is what I would have done. Now, for context, Black and brown tensions in East LA are nothing to be surprised about. Sure, we've been trying to rectify it for eons now, but after the LA riots, there was a lot of tension going on in East LA. There's a story that a bunch of OGs told me about a father and son who were attacked in East LA on their way home, and the father didn't make it, the son escaped. I don't know if anyone was ever caught for the crime, but it was definitely like a cautionary tale for Black men in the 90s. If I was in the writer's room, I would have done this. So I would have made it so that Spooky's gang, all right? Spooky's gang were the guys who got away with killing that father back in the 90s. But instead of making it father and son, it's going to be father and daughter, right? And so the father obviously didn't make it. The daughter is going to be sent away because she, being a biracial child, was not safe in that community. That child would have been like Spooky's best friend, like his road dog. She leaving is the reason why he joined the gang, okay? Obviously, yes, his father too, but she was the one who kept his head on straight. Like, she was the original Monse, okay? It also speaks to why Spooky's a low-key hater about Monse in the beginning because of his original Monse, and seeing Caesar go through the same thing of falling in love with his Monse. Maybe she'll leave. And what happens, Monse does have to leave. So let's keep this all in mind. Here's my original Monse. Here's my OG Monse, okay? And she comes back during like end of season 1, maybe end of season 2. That whole plot where Caesar has to take the Roller World money to leave. No, I would have left the Roller World. That whole Roller World plot would have been Jamal's and Abuelita's, and I'd let that be what it was. Maybe even a little bit of Ruby. But for the most part, that whole Roller World is Jamal. And then I would have made it so Caesar and Spooky are struggling because the OG Monse comes back. And when she comes back, she's like super pro-Black, super activist. She's about Black and brown pride. She's about community, like cleaning up the community and like rebuilding things. And she like inspires Spooky to leave the gang where he's cleaning up his own gang violence in the community. And either of these could have happened. OG Monse gets taken out for intervening, Spooky gets taken out for intervening, or they both go out Romeo and Juliet style. If I was in the writer's room.